Live from the KHOU11 studios, it's Great Day Houston. And now, here's your host, Deborah Duncan.
So you may have been told that things like panic attacks, depression, and weight gain are a normal part of the aging process. If you think your health problems have to do with your hormones, you should trust your instincts. Here to explain, please welcome Dr. Stephen Hotze with the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, along with his patient, Tammie Donald, and her daughter, Elise, who was our witness today, our star witness today. Hi there. Okay, so we oftentimes are told, Dr. Hotze, that, well, you have this problem, that problem, that problem. Well, welcome to aging. Welcome to middle age. We don't have to accept that.
Absolutely not. And the aging process is tied to the decline in your natural occurring hormones. When your hormones go down, you don't feel well. It's not that you're low in antidepressants or anti-anxiety drugs or anti-inflammatories or any other pharmaceutical drug. It's your hormones are low, so you ought to fill up the tank. And Tammie's got a great story.
Yeah, and a hormone's going to affect all kinds of things, whether it's, you know, your thyroid, or whether you're going through PMS, or you're going through, you know, depression, all that type of stuff, because it affects your mood and all those things. So when did you start noticing that you were just kind of unraveling?
Probably in my mid-30s, but I really suffered for about 10 years.
Yeah.
And I probably didn't go see Dr. Hotze till I was about 46.
So what you're doing is kind of those, it was those PMS type of syndrome?
It was PMS, but it was just escalating. Year after year was getting worse and worse, and the fatigue and the just crying and not being able to handle just life. I mean, the stress was just incredible.
And not being able to get an answer is the part that just really adds stress
and
on top of it.
I would go to the doctor, I would go to my OBGYN, and I would explain, I think this is hormonal, I think it's cyclical. I would tell them, you know, I have 2 pretty good weeks, but then I have 2 horrible weeks. You know, the cloud of depression would come, and it would get darker and darker and darker, and I would be horrible. I would be so irritable and moody, and it affects everyone. It affects the whole family.
So what did your doctor say when you told him, I think it's hormonal?
Antidepressants.
But you told him it could be hormonal, and what did he say?
No.
Yeah,
it's just
this is what's incredible. You go to your doctor and say, I think it's my hormones. They go, no, it's not your hormones. Right. And they do a blood test, let you ask about, and they say it's normal, and then they put you on an antidepressant.
Yeah, and who's normal are they talking about? When they have that wide range, it's like, you know, the guy in Nova Scotia, you can't compare me to him, because you know, it's like, what is my normal? All right, and so when I mentioned it affects the entire family, and so Elise, as a daughter, you never knew which mom you were coming home to.
Right, exactly. And she just, I mean, with it, she was disengaged, and I mean, she was there physically, but mentally and emotionally she wasn't there. She was stressed out, she was emotional, she just really didn't seem like she enjoyed life. It was really sad.
Yeah, you know what, that to me, and you're starting to tear up a little bit, because it's certainly not by your, you know, wanting to do that, but that's how hormones impact our life. And let me just back up a little bit, Dr. Hotze, and let's explain what hormones do in the body.
Okay, hormones are chemical messengers that enable your cells to produce and use energy, and how they function. Thyroid hormones, female sex hormones, male sex hormones, and adrenal hormones particularly. And as you age, your hormone levels decline and they become imbalanced. In women, they get too much estrogen compared to progesterone, which throws them into a state of functional hypothyroidism, low thyroid state. So they get fatigue, difficulty with weight, can't think clearly, get insomnia, joint muscle aches and pains, anxiety attacks, panic attacks, stomach disorders, recurrent and chronic infections.
Basically fall apart.
They fall
falling apart. Yeah.
And women have this 6 times more commonly than men, because women have 2 hormones that have to balance every month, and men only have testosterone that just goes down. Doesn't mean men don't have hormonal problems, but they don't have to balance out every month. So women know they have problems because they have something to judge it by. Every month they know, I wasn't like that last month. Something's not right.
You know, and she said 2 weeks. She knew that she'd have 2 weeks good, and then all of a sudden...
Then you go to your doctor and say, Doctor, I think I got hormone problems, and they want to disprove you. Like you don't have good sense, and you don't know what's going on in your body. I don't understand.
All right.
Maybe it's men.
Maybe it's men.
Yeah, you know, well, because you were so emotional, here comes the hysterical woman again.
Right.
Let's calm her down with some
give her some antidepressants.
Yeah, and there are different times in our life, Dr. Hotze, where our hormones can be impacted. One is childbirth. Yeah.
After childbirth, very commonly after childbirth, there's a hormonal imbalance occurs that never recalibrates. And so women know that things changed after I had my baby. I'm not the same.
Yeah, and then the other one, of course, is when you take birth control pills. Those are hormones.
Birth control pills are counterfeit hormones. They're not real hormones, and they will adversely affect your normal production of your hormones. They cut it off, and it affects your thyroid function. So that can be a problem.
All right. So how did we get her back to where she should have been?
Tell us what happened. You came in.
I came in and got started, you know, on thyroid and a host of hormones.
Reproductive hormones, progesterone. Got you back primarily on thyroid and progesterone.
And within a couple of weeks, I had energy, which I wasn't wanting a nap every afternoon.
Right.
And probably within 60 days, 2 months, I was a totally different person.
Yeah.
Totally
All right,
different
let's check in
person.
with the star
And
witness
this is how long ago? 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
And
6
life
years
has
ago.
been
And
different.
how much weight did you lose?
27 pounds.
And you weren't on any, we didn't put you on any weight loss
I didn't do the yeast-free diet or any of that.
Just got you on
So
thyroid.
you got the mom that you should have always had.
Yeah,
back.
and she's awesome. We have a great relationship. We talk every day. She's supportive. She's happy, which is, you know, most important. She's awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you. We all appreciate it. She's great.
You get a Christmas card every
Okay,
Christmas,
you got
don't
your mom. You got your mom back. Your dad got his wife back, and your mama got her life back.
Yep.
That's right. There you go.
Mom, wife, and life. Well, Dr. Hotze brought a copy of his new Hormones, Health, and Happiness audio book for everyone in our audience. And in this book, because I get stopped on this question all the time, people always ask me about hormones. It's all explained right here in this book. And for those of you at home, you can order your copy from physicianspreference.com. Physicianspreference.com. Shipping is free, and it's all explained in there. And the key, as we mentioned earlier, is just find out what your problem is, and then you can go about the business of fixing it, not medicating it in a way that's by treating the symptoms, but fixing it with bioidentical hormones. Basically, bioidentical means your body has no idea; it's not producing all of that by itself. Dr. Hotze, thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. I love that. Mama, wife, and life. All right, Dr. Hotze also hosts a radio show, Health and Wellness Solutions. You can catch it every day, Monday through Thursday, from 12 to 1 p.m. on 700 AM KSEV. And to make an appointment with the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, call 281-698-8698, 281-698-8698, or log on to hotzehwc.com. Well, is pain holding you back from doing the things